morning. How are you? I'm Robin, the Laughing Shaman, founder of Spirit of the Lotus. And I wanted to talk with you today about the aspect, or I don't know what word I want to use. What does it mean to get healing? To work on your healing, to really find some focus around becoming your highest and best self. Do you have a concept based around that? Is it to feel better physically? Is it to have better digestion? To have a higher case of immunity, better immunology? Yeah, I don't even know how to say the word. But to have a higher immune system, a greater immune system? Is it to feel better about yourself? Is it to figure out why you're here? You know, I know that there has been a huge amount of conversation around affirmations, around changing your mind. And it's really important to get out of the victim mode where we are using our excuses to hold us back. I'm not saying that these excuses aren't real. We all have them. We all have issues. We all have stuff that we need to work through. Is it enough to just ignore it and say an affirmation? I don't think so. I think affirmations are a great part of getting in a better state of mind. But if you're in pain, if you have shame from a past issue when you were a child or younger, whether you were abused physically, mentally, emotionally, whether you lost somebody who was really important to you at a young age, perhaps I was always picked on. You know, and you think that at 60, I'd be over the fact that people picked on me because I was fat. But to this day, I continue to try to make myself something that I'm not. I try every opportunity to lose weight, to become healthier, to figure out why. Why am I different? Why was I, as a child, somebody that people felt it was okay to pick on? But let's take it a step further. And this is about me using my life as an example to probably shift a point somewhere along the line, or maybe to make you understand a little bit about where I'm coming from by example. But the interesting thing was, when I was picked on as a child and I would come home and my mom would say to me, "You come home crying, you're so upset, let's go on a diet." So the very earliest recollection was not of a place of mom saying, "You know what, you're beautiful no matter what. You're too young to worry about diets. You're too young to worry about, trying all these new things to compete with someone else's opinion of what is good, what is healthy, what is acceptable." And I think when we're kids, it's being acceptable. Of course, I was probably a little old lady when I was growing up. But the whole idea of not fitting in school and then coming home and needing to try to be somebody different because it upset me so much. So I wasn't safe in either place. That caused pain and shame because the diets never really worked. And they actually ended up making me very sick. The chemicals, do you remember? I don't know if you have an overweight problem, but at a very young age, I had to try to figure out how to drink Fresca and Tab. Those were your first diet sodas. And change from all these things that were supposedly whole foods into diet food. And we all know now that in reality, that was taking out sugar and adding rat poison and taking away parts of things and adding something else. But physically and emotionally, it wasn't about being too tall and being overweight and not, it was about not being accepted as I was. And then if I failed at the diet, I wasn't being accepted yet again. So how many ways in our life are we asked to be something that we're not? How many things are holding us back? Do we have pain? Do you have shame? Are you angry? Do you have sorrow, grief? Is there something or someone you need to forgive? Not to give permission. Forgiveness is not about giving them permission or saying it was okay for what they did, especially if it was abuse. I don't care who it is. Abuse is never okay. And that goes for spanking. Giving a kid a swat because he was really obnoxious is one thing. Beating a child with a wooden stick is not. There is no child ever that deserves that. Abuse is insidious in this world. And the problem is that children become programmed. Have you become programmed in a way that is holding you back from your greatest self? It took me quite a while. And I'm continuing to work on it. I continue to work on it. For me to come on here without makeup on, I tried that. Yeah, I looked a little bit better on camera. My poor eyes couldn't handle it. My skin couldn't handle it. So you're going to have to get the real me. And that's all I can bring to the table. Who am I? Who is Robin? Who are you? And who do you want to be? Just saying an affirmation will only get you so far. We need good health. We need to be out of the state of exhaustion that so many people are in today. We need to be emotionally healthy. I'm not saying it's easy to go to those very deep-seated, buried places, those ones that we really think we've worked on. But in reality, what we've done was we found a way to bury them even deeper so that we don't have to think about them so often. Those things weigh on us. They hold us back. They make us question who we are. Let's get to the bottom. Let's unbury some of the reasons and see why patterns are repeating again and again and again. Why is my pattern repeating? For one, at a very early age, I was taught not that I was beautiful. I wasn't taught that I was beautiful. I was taught that if you want to fit in, you have to work really, really hard to change. I gotta tell you, you can never work hard enough to change for people who are really benefiting from you working hard. They will never, ever appreciate the fact that you're changing, growing, expanding, becoming better, giving and giving and giving more. Because a person who doesn't appreciate you to begin with, they're not worth your time and energy. It's funny, I see all the time people asking people, saying what they really love in a friend is someone who follows up, someone who checks in, someone who wants to see how they're doing. And yet, the very person who does that, it's blown off. Interesting. We are in this place where if we don't find what is lovable within ourselves, if we don't find what it is that drives us, what it is we're hiding from, what it is that is causing us such pain, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Autoimmune is rampant in our country. What does it mean when your cells fight each other? And how does that happen? Is it anger, sorrow, and pain within your body? Is it heavy metal toxicity? Is it a combination of too much pesticides, not enough nourishment, God knows never enough sleep? Let's discuss it more. Think about it. I'd like to give you an assignment, not a big one. If you're not already journaling, you should probably take a few minutes each day to journal. Figure out one or two things that you're very grateful for. That'll change your mindset. But also, what is it that has so influenced your life, that's made you want to help someone else, that's made you want to be better? Perhaps it makes you feel like you're not better. Think about it just a little. And let's go a little deeper. Let's do a little deep diving. Please follow on my YouTube. Put a comment in the base, or this will be on Facebook as well. If you're watching it on Facebook, make a comment. How have you been influenced? And was it good? Was it not so good? No hate mail about spankings. We all have our opinions, and I get that. But that's not a topic I want to get into. It really isn't. But I want you to take some time for you today, because you are an amazing human being. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're the person I'm talking to. And I'd like to talk more. And after talking, let's get down and get some work done and see if we can find what's holding you back. I hope. Talk to you next time.